and welcome to the Faculty of Science and Technologies pre-orientation exercise day 2. Today we are talking about the total you, leading a healthy university life. We are joined, well, first of all, I am Marvadine Singh Wilmot, and I am the Assistant Dean, or the Associate Dean rather, for Student Experience in the FST. I am joined this morning by the immediate past Associate Dean, Dr. Winklet Gallimore, and Mrs. Sharon Williams Brown, who is a counseling psychologist and senior counselor at the university's health center. We are supposed to be joining us later, a representative, Ms. Camille Campbell from the bursary. And we are talking, as I said, about the total you and how to enhance your student experience as you navigate the FST. I'm going to ask Dr. Gallimore to just bring us welcome, greetings, Dr. Gallimore.
Well. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, new students. We are so excited about having you with us, even if it's virtually, and we know that we look forward to some of you who are going to be doing labs, that you'll actually come in person. We'll see you in the flesh. It is really a great thing to have you online, and we trust that you will benefit optimally from not only this session, but from your entire university experience. We are excited to have you and excited for this new journey that you're undertaking. And we know that we want you to know that we're here for you to help you through all of the bumps and all of the hurdles and all of the rivers you're going to have to cross, because you're going to have to cross it. And so we really hope that you will really enjoy the experience, and you'll recognize that we're on the same team. Our objective is to help you to move forward with all facets of your life. And so we know that we're going to have an excellent year. Thank you so much, Dr. Singh Wilmot.
Thank you, Dr. Gallimore, for your service and for your continued service and dedication to student experience in this faculty. Students, you will be seeing much more of Dr. Gallimore in your chemistry classes, and certainly as we navigate the FST experience. And Sharon, as I said, will be coming on later. So now I'm going to share my screen with you as I talk you through some of the things we have in store for you in the FST experience. Okay, so let's go from beginning here. Here we go. So like I said, I am Marvadine Singh Wilmot, and I lecture in the Department of Chemistry. I am an inorganic chemist, so I will also be meeting many of you in first year in Chem 1811 this semester coming up. And I lead a research group, the MSW research group, where I'm making new materials from some of the metals that those of you who do chemistry will meet or would have met on the periodic table. That I'll talk to you about. I am a graduate of the FST, and my story you'll hear more about as we work closely together. My email contact is there. You and I hopefully will be spending a lot more time together. I get to know you some more, you get to know me some more. Now, I find it's an exciting time to be a student of science and to be a scientist. And when I say that, you might think, so many bad things are happening in the world. We are living through a pandemic, yes. And let me just get my pointer here. Let me get my laser pointer here. Yes, we're living through a pandemic. COVID-19 is happening, everybody. We know it. That's why we are talking like this. That's why I can't see your eyes. I love to look into the eyes of my students when I talk to them so that I can feel and see what I connect with you a bit more. And so this is difficult for me, as difficult as it is for you. So there's that going on. That's challenging. And, this picture is taken, this one at the top is taken just 2 days ago, somewhere in Europe, from Germany to Belgium. I think it's going on now in Italy. There is extensive flooding, many lives lost. Climate change is happening, everybody. So the most pressing challenges of the 21st century are upon us. And the truth is, science has the solution to them. And you are a part of that solution. So I say, welcome to the Faculty of Greatness. And if you never felt it before in your bones, you need to feel it now. You need to feel how very important you are and how much, whether these challenges are going to be with us for a short time or a long time, the one thing that's going to get us out of this is the solutions that science, you and I, as scientists and students of science, will create. So embrace it, feel it, be proud, feel your greatness. You know what, though? There is a process you have to go through, you know, and at the end of this process, these 3 years or 4 years, depending on which, how you are entering, you will have your first degree. And that's the product everybody focuses on most of the times. But in student experience, we are interested in the process, because I always say to my students, the process is as important and sometimes even more important than the product. And so, you know, we talk about the experience, the journey being greater than the destination. Well, yeah, this is true. And for each of us, the process is different, you know, the journey is different. The road to success is different. We'll all get there. So for some of us, if you look on this clip art, I looked for pictures so I can convey this message to you. The road is smooth. You know, it's right in front of you. The path is clear and it's nice and smooth. And for some of us, the road looks like this. I'll tell you my story. When I was studying, my journey looked more like this. In fact, it started out like this one, with a smooth road. And then on the first day of my second year in the FST, my father died, and life changed. And then so it can start out like this, and then it looks like this. And you know what, guys? Success is still there for you to have, and you can still navigate this path, this road. And my FST experience, your FST experience, can help you to do that. And that's exactly why we are here, to ensure that you get the most out of the process, that you enjoy the process, and that you can navigate whatever road is in front of you, whatever your journey looks like, you can navigate to this top of the mountain. And that top of the mountain, you know, is different for everybody, of course. So I want you to know, as you listen out there in YouTube land, I want you to know that each of you identified by this ID number is so much more than that to me and to all of us at the FST. You as an individual, each of you will be known, can be known, and will be known. And your journeys are important to us, and they are customizable. Your route to success is customizable, and we are going to help you with that. So do not feel defined by this ID number, and do not think that you get lost in the crowd. Each of you is important, and each of you will be seen, and we will help you to navigate your journey, whatever it looks like. So the aim of student experience at UWI and the My FST experience is a part of this broad student experience at UWI, right? The ultimate aim is to build this culture of well-being. Because you see, whatever your road looks like, and if your road is going to change like it did for me, if you are in that position of well-being, you are enabled, right, to navigate whatever the road looks like. So this culture of well-being will enable you to immerse in and enjoy the FST experience. So how do we do this? We will focus on the total you. You know, yesterday you might have heard, as you spoke to the people in the departments, about the academic study, the academic journey. And we want you to know today that the academic journey is just one aspect of you. The total you is important to us, and the total you supports that academic journey. So we're going to look on exposing you to self-care, and resiliency skills. And we are going to create useful and memorable experiences with you and for you. And we are going to enable you to create those memorable experiences for yourself too. So the total you, if you look at it with me, and you know, when we think about FST, F, fulfilled, satisfied, and transformed. That's what we want. We want your journey to be fulfilling. We want you to be satisfied. And at the end of it, education is transformative. So you must be transformed. You're not going to come out the same way you came in. All right. So the total you encompasses your mental and educational goals. And we really do have to focus a lot on this mental state, you know, your mental health, particularly as students who are studying in a pandemic. As I said before, you know, right now we could be seeing into each other's eyes, and I get to almost tailor my talk when I look into your eyes, because I can feel what you're feeling, and you also, by my body language, can get other things from the words, not just the words that I'm saying. So this is a difficult space to navigate, not just for you, but for us too. So your mental and emotional state and your educational objectives are important for us. We are focusing on your social and cultural development. The physical and health supports the mental and educational goals, your spiritual and ethical development, family and home, and certainly one that is causing, and one that does cause a lot of anxiety, is, you know, the financial stresses that are out there and that are associated with studying at university. So financial and career. These are the things, these are the 6 areas that we will focus on as we build the total you and produce an FST graduate who is fulfilled, satisfied, and transformed. So how does it work? I said to you before, we work closely with the Office of Student Services at the UE. And we also have programs in the My FST experience that are specifically tailored to the FST students. So that's your special space, but we will connect you to the Office of Student Services. You can connect with them directly, or you can connect to them through us. We will buy in and tie in our students to those programs and tap those resources to your benefit. So let's look on the FST, the student services offerings, and then we move specifically into the FST offerings. This Office of Student Services has this program, especially for you in your first year, called the FYE, First Year Experience. And many of us as lecturers are facilitators of the First Year Experience program. You will imagine that the FYE has taken on a different face, you know, before COVID. And this is something to look forward to, everybody, because COVID will end, right? Science has the solutions. We have created the vaccines. We are monitoring the side effects. We are improving on the vaccines. And it's just a matter of time before this gets under control. So science is working and has the solutions. And hopefully, fingers crossed, before you are finished, I'm almost sure of it, in another year or so, we will have this under control and you will be back fully with us on the campus. The First Year Experience program, you know, we have our students meeting every week with their facilitators. We still do have that facilitated online. There was a community service project. You know, we would go to different parts of Jamaica and do community service in all parts of the island. And that's an empowering experience for our students also. You get to work with students who are from different faculties in your FYE group. You're placed placed in your little groups, and you work together for the entire year. Very nice program. We have Simone Williams, who is in charge of this program. We have the Instagram contact there, and we have an email. Health and wellness, we are focusing with Shireen Richards. This is led by Miss Shireen Richards. Email and phone contact there. Remember, I said to you, we're talking about your spiritual development as well, right? So noonday meditation, there are games and giveaways, yoga, which ties into your health, which also ties into your mental state and mental health tips. All of that is there for you in the health and wellness program led by Ms. Shireen Richards. The academic support unit is getting to your educational goals and supporting you with student advising and support. There are mobile and online consultations, and Janelle Morgan is in charge of that. Pay attention to the contact details there. And then for those of you who are interested in student leadership and government, we are also advising you with Javon Neal, who is leading that for us, talking with you about student government elections, advocacy, and activities relating to that. Then there is the career development. Placement and Career Services is an organ within the UE, and they have resume clinics, career counseling. There is live support online. Dr. Anne-Marie Williams is leading that. Pay attention to the WhatsApp contact and the emails. Online commuting life, for those of you who are commuting students who do not live online or on halls, we also have a small group for you to empower you with advisor support, commuter care, and grant drive. Those programs are going on, led by Carisha Larmond. And if you live on hall, residence life, and I know some of you will at least be on hall. So residence life is covered, and you can contact the Office of Student Services, contact your student services manager in your halls for the programs relating to residence life. So that's your student Office of Student Services led programs, which are geared at enhancing the total you. And now in the FST, we have some special programs for you. We have internship opportunities, which as you get into your lectures, your classes in your departments, those will become available to you, and information will come through my office and through the departments to you on many internship opportunities. We have different FST clubs and societies that you can connect with people who are studying in your area. And we want to share some of those with you. We have the Actuarial Sciences or Actuarial Society. We have the UEMONA Geographical Society. We have the Geological Society, the Computing Society, the UEMONA's Chemical Society. Of course, that's in my department in chemistry. We have Biochemistry Society, we have AAUII, which is going to be called JAMSPARC soon, and we have the Biological Students Association. So we are still online with our clubs and societies, and you are going to hear more about this from your FST student representative on the Guild of Students, who is Mr. Tyreek McLean. And Tyreek and I will be working very closely again to cover the total you and to cover this FST student experience for you. You can learn about career options. We will have a seminar series just for you. More information is going to be coming on when those are and the topics that we're discussing weekly. Through the seminar series, you can connect with people who have graduated from the FST in your area and expand your network. We have motivational sessions in semester 2. We are going to have those coming your way so you can gain inspiration. Then you log on to our mentorship program in semester 2. Look out for the mentorship program and news on the mentorship program. With your academic performance, you qualify for the honor societies, and the honor societies, each honor society has different programs for their honorees. So the chemistry department has an honor society, physics and life sciences. These are the 3 departments that now have honor societies. So you become a part of this sort of special elite group. And again, you get networking opportunities and various opportunities for internships and for summer programs, etc. Now, at the FST Awards ceremony, which we have every year, you can land yourself 1 or many awards. Chemistry has 8 awards for its students. Computing has 1 award, geography and geology, and this is for you guys in your undergraduate programs. Life sciences, 7 awards, mathematics, 3 awards, and physics, 4 awards. So we want you to sharpen each other, you know, and go after those awards. Again, it adds prestige and it opens up many opportunities for you. And of course, earn a spot with your academic performance on the Dean's Honor Roll, the commendation list. These things they're opening up more opportunities for networking and for internships and for special programs to you. And then the UWI 5K, at the UWI 5K, FST always has a team. We have a booth, we have a team. Let's see how that goes this year in the pandemic, but that one is going on. You want to get involved in this because this is also a part of your health and wellness as we build the total you. Look out for our photography competition. That one has been going very well. Lots of fun prizes and surprises there to be won. And participate in the FST's FST Guild's week of activities in semester 2. You want to take advantage in semester 2, again, coming at you, lots of information on volunteering opportunities for you to build up that total you and build up your resume, your CV. And in semester 2, with the academic support unit, we will also, in the FST, target special study skill workshops geared at our students specifically. You know, we're going to look on the first semester exams and we will customize those for you with study skills workshops in the FST. Look out for your FST shirt. We've got to build that My FST experience and personalize your FST jerseys so that when we all get together, we can represent the FST, the Faculty of Greatness. And this one we're going to again be doing and the personalizing of the jerseys with your guild rep, Tyreek. And finally, sign up for the Holistic Development Program. You know, the Holistic Development Program is getting you closer, getting closer to focusing on the total you and engaging and immersing you in various activities which are aimed at developing the total you. This is very similar to FYE. So if you're interested in the faculty's holistic development program, please WhatsApp the number on your screen. At the end of all of this, ladies and gentlemen, fulfillment, satisfaction, and transformation will come. So finally, a lot of information is coming at you. And if you don't get it all, never mind. It's okay. Like I said, we're all in this online space with you. We know it's difficult, but this information is going to be at you. We're going to remind you. We're going to be keeping connections with you, keeping communications open. And I ask you to do the same. Keep connected. Keep communicating. There is no problem. And if you remember nothing that I have said, students, remember this. There is no problem that you have that we cannot help you to find a solution. There is a solution to every problem. And chances are there's an organ within the FST or the UE that will help you to navigate these challenges. So reach out, WhatsApp us. This is the faculty's WhatsApp number. Email myfstexperience@uemona.edu.jm. WhatsApp me, your associate dean in charge of student experience. WhatsApp me directly. Get involved, share information, share ideas. Remember, we are in this together. You are not alone. And guys, enjoy the rest of the program that we have. So that's it for me. Oh, and by the way, my little clip art here, you know, it's not by default. I selected this to show you that's you up there climbing your mountain of success. And this is all of us here at the FST holding you up, because that's our mission, to get you to where you want to go. Thank you very much, everybody. I am going to stop sharing my screen at this time. And I am going to, oh boy, it's a pity we can't just say, does anybody have any questions out there, and have them, you know, let me hear your voices. But are there any comments, any questions for us on the chat there, Omar?
No, none at the moment.
None at the moment. It means everybody is fine and everybody's excited. Or it means that they are waiting for Sharon to go, and then they'll have a bunch of questions. Okay. And guys, if you don't have any questions, just make a comment. Let us know how you're feeling. I want you to relax. You don't need to, the language doesn't need to be, you know, you don't have to go subject verb agreement or anything. Just speak to us as you are. Nobody will judge you in this space, in this FST experience program. You come as you are. Come as you are and be yourself. All right, so moving right along then, it is 11:15 and we close off at 12 o'clock. We're doing good on time. We have, you know, she's a counseling psychologist and senior counselor at the health center, but I feel like she works in the FST. She's great. She's FST alumnus, sorry. And she will tell you some more about that. But you know, Sharon Williams Brown, everybody, I'm going to hand over to her as she continues the story about the total you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Singh Wilmot. And it's been a pleasure listening to you. And students, I want to say to you, you're in excellent hands. Dr. Singh Wilmot and Dr. Gallimore, your dean, the team at FST are a great team. They really are interested in you all as students and interested in your success. So don't feel that you can't come to them and talk to them about your concerns. You can. So really just want to emphasize that. I'm just going to start my screen sharing, and give me 1 second here. Okay. And let's just adjust one thing so you're not, all right, there we go. So I've been asked to talk about the total you leading a healthy university life. And as I listen to what's been going on, I figure Dr. Singh Wilmot has done half of my job for me. But as you should know, repetition is the way we learn, right, guys? So although you'll hear me saying very similar things to what she did, it's just an indication of how important these principles are as you start your UE journey. So first of all, really, I should say congratulations on finding a place in the most prestigious university in the English-speaking Caribbean. And I won't be like our VC and going to all the where we are on the Times Higher Education ranking, but UE is a solid, great university. And I know that you students will continue the tradition of working in such a way that UE continues to be a great place. So I've been asked to talk about the total you, leading a healthy university life. And I want to start by asking you a question and asking you to put some of those things in the chat for me. Okay, this is what happens when you have too much on your screen. Your screen sharing blocks it, but I'll read what's there for you. I'm asking you to take a few seconds to picture what you will be doing as a UE student in this upcoming year. And then I'm going to ask you to write that in the chat for me. So as you think about coming here in September, some of you may physically be on campus, Some of you may still be doing the online learning as your main way of experiencing what's going on at UE. We live in a time of glorious or not so glorious uncertainties. But as you think about what you'll be doing as a UE student this upcoming year, what pictures, what words, what thoughts come to mind? Just write a couple of words, a sentence, not a paragraph, thank you. But just put a couple of things in the chat. What do you picture yourself doing? How do you picture yourself spending your time? What will you be doing during your time in this your first semester and your first year as a UE student? Big change, different things happening. What do you picture it will be like? So let me ask whether it's Omar or Dr. Singh Wilmot or anybody who can look at chat to tell me if any brave soul has put anything in there to help me out yet.
What say you, Omar?
No, nothing as yet.
Come on, students, don't let me down. You and I need to work on the same wavelength. What do you picture yourself doing as a UA student? What are your activities going to be? What will you be spending most of your time doing, you think?
We have making new friends and studying.
Okay, so some people plan to do their social life thing, make new friends. Glad to hear that somebody plans to study. Put in a few more in there to help us out, please. I want a picture of what you first years will be doing. I want that picture nice and clear. Anything else there, Omar?
Yes, getting good grades and living a healthy lifestyle.
Okay. My guys are really thinking about what it's going to be like, getting good grades. All right, living the healthy lifestyle. Anything more?
Lots of studying.
Okay. This person here is definitely planning to do the work required to be a UE student. Lots of studying. You think that one is in chemistry, Dr. Singh Wilmot?
Well, I hope they'll be in every department, but certainly would love them in chemistry.
Okay, I'll behave. Anything else there, Omar, before I move on?
Yes, we have a lot coming in. Dancing, getting involved, meeting new people, stress.
Okay, that's a realistic person there.
Yes.
There will be stress, we can guarantee you that. But as Dr. Singh Wilmot said, resilience, ways to cope. Give me a few more before I move on to their second question.
Yes, voluntary involvement, spiritual development, excelling, and making new connections.
Thank you. So already, Dr. Singh Wilmot, we have the total student because this is people aren't just talking about studying and keeping their nose to the grindstone. They're seeing that UE is a place to develop the total person. So here's my other question for you guys. Take a few seconds, I'm a few seconds type of person apparently, and picture yourself at graduation. 3 or for some of you 4 years down the road. Some of you may be a little bit longer, especially if you're part-time, or some of you might switch faculty, we don't know. But take a few seconds and picture yourself at graduation, reflecting on your UE experience. And my question is, what do you think will stand out for you? So do a projection into the future here and just put in the chat. You've spent 4 years, 3 years working hard at your courses, getting involved, doing many things. Some of you living on hall, some of you commuting, some of you probably got involved in student governance. Some of you were Miss or Mr. Whatever hall you were on. Some of you made the dean's list. Some of you struggled. A couple of people or some people ended up going, oh dear, I have to repeat this course. Different experiences for different people. What do you think is going to stand out for you when you look back? Anything there yet, Omar?
Let us see achievements.
Achievements. So somebody would be reflecting on the achievements that they've had. If you can be a little more specific, those of you who are writing in, Maybe what achievements or what else will stand out for you? Is this a place where you met that significant other who you're going to settle down with? Is this a place where you knew exactly what you were going to do for a lifelong career because you fell in love with physics when you never thought you were going to be a physicist? What's happening at graduation? Anything else there, Omar?
Well, one person said making the dean's list yearly.
Okay. So you're looking back and you're proud. I nailed it every year. Got on that dean's list every year. So not just the final marker looking back, but markers every year. All right.
Right, and just the overall journey. Somebody says the journey.
Okay. So just thinking about how it's been. That graduation day is special, you stand there with your friends, some of whom you may not see for a long time, if at all again. You have your family with you, probably feeling very proud, enough picture taking. And as I said, a lot of memories coming up. Final call, Omar, if anything else went in.
Okay, we have someone saying first class honors is a must.
Okay. All right. First class honors is a must.
Right, and just the voluntary experiences that they will have.
Okay. Thank you, Omar, very much. And thank you, students, those of you who wrote in the chat. I appreciate your response very much indeed. Just wanting to say that definitely you're shooting for your goal. You want to be on the dean's list. You're going for that very best grades. But some of us, like me, when I was in FST, you meet some courses along the way and you go, boy, I was not designed for this one. And you are grateful to see the C on that one because it means you passed it. And then you can get to concentrate on the ones where the B pluses and the A's are more likely. Because remember, first year, you're doing several different courses. And some of us are stronger in some than in others. So I just want to make the point that if you do not end up getting the grades you want all the way along, don't consider yourself as being a failure or really messing up badly. The question is really, have you tried your best? Because the best for some people is nothing less than an A. And the best for other people is being able to pass everything each semester, whether that's a B or a C, or an A manages to get in there sometimes. So your question is, have I put in all the work needed? Have I made the best effort I can? I remember in my long ago high school days, we used to actually get marks for effort. And I think that was an encouragement to those of us who weren't always at the top of the stream, but were able to know that our effort was being recognized. And just a quick final story on this graduation and how you see yourself. I left FST, graduated with my life sciences major, for those of you going into life sciences, many, many years ago. And as I started thinking about, what do I remember from my undergrad days? I remember some of the labs, I remember my lecturers, I remember some of those who I thought were so unapproachable, and who, as I went along each year, I realized you really could talk to these people after all, if something came up. And I wish you those experiences with your lecturers. But I will tell you what stands out most for me when I remember UE. Two things. The friends I made there, some of whom I'm still in touch with decades later, and my trip to the Blue Mountain Peak, which is a life lesson in and of itself. And then comes what I learned in FST. Maybe because I didn't stay with sciences all my life, why FST is not number 1 or 2 in terms of the labs and the life science lectures. But the point I'm making here is that very often it is what OSSD calls out of classroom learning that sticks with us lifelong. So make sure you give yourself those opportunities. So as we talk about the total life, I want to talk about focusing on our health, which is a subtopic. How do we lead a healthy university life? Now, you're going to tell me you know all I'm saying here, but think of it this way. Check marks. Which of these are you actually doing? How good is your diet? Do you have regular exercise, at least 3 or 4 days a week for 20 to 30 minutes? One of the things that happens as you go along in high school is that they stop giving you physical education classes. And therefore, you don't get exercise as part of your school life. Well, you will worse that way. There is no requirement to do anything physical except get to your classes. And if you're doing online, you don't have to leave home to do that. But you need to make sure, because exercise helps you physically, but it also helps you mentally and emotionally. If you have a tendency to get anxious, then regular exercise can bring down your anxiety level. And it also makes you more alert mentally. So that's a key one, as is getting sufficient sleep. Those of you who come to live on Hall will hear the famous Lewis statement, sleep is a concept. I beg to differ. Sleep is a very important requirement for your body and brain to renew itself on a regular basis, to heal from all the many insults that come to body and mind each day. So sufficient may vary, but we're usually talking about somewhere between 6 and 8 hours sleep most nights. I know, you're going to pull an all night every now and again, but we're talking about most nights getting enough sleep. And then make careful choices about sexual involvement and alcohol and drug use. Some of you at this point in time have already been to enough situations where there's alcohol involved that you probably learned what your allowable limit is. Some of you may not begin to drink till you're on campus. Some of you may choose to never have a drink. Different reactions. But for those of you who will, just remember that it's important to make careful choices. Everything from protect your drink at a party because you don't know who might slip something into that, and it's a real thing which does occur, to going, I can only take 2 red stripes, so after that we are drinking something soft. It's about understanding yourself. And equally important, careful choices about sexual involvement. The counseling service is housed at the health center. And so we are aware that there are often students who the doctors express a concern about a high sexually transmitted infection rate on the campus. So somebody will say to you, no man, don't worry about the condom. The whole matter of choosing carefully, if you're going to be sexually active, then the issue of protecting yourself, not just from pregnancy, but from STIs. So that's a really important area to think through, especially for those of you who may not yet be sexually active. What's your criteria for beginning that part of your journey? Think it through, so when you're faced with a question, when you're faced with somebody trying to get you involved, you have your criteria to go, yes, I want to, or no, this is not what I want to be doing, no. And of course, getting regular medical checkups. Emotionally, another aspect of our total life, and express and appropriately manage emotions. If you're somebody who, you get angry quickly and you alienate people because you're always quarreling and fussing, can you learn to tone that down, to respond to people differently? If you're shy and you don't feel like talking and people are always, what happened, man? You can't say something. And you want to work on that. UE is a wonderful place to work on being able to express and appropriately manage your emotions. Have somebody you can confide in. Social support is critical for emotional support. So whether it is that you talk to best friend, romantic partner, roommate, parents, grandmother, a mentor, perhaps somebody you can talk to. And sometimes it helps if we've got different people for different things. Because what you might say to a good best friend, you might choose to say something different though to somebody who's mentoring you academically. Different people that you can open up to for different things. And then utilize counseling or other support services as needed. And there are many, many opportunities for support on this campus. And I'm going to say a bit more about benefits of counseling later on when I introduce you to the counseling service then. But just an idea as you look at that, whether it's better relationships or you have a trauma history, you've never told anybody, but you really are impacted by it and you want to talk about that, or whether it's a matter of just reducing anxiety and stress levels, those of us at the counseling service, that's what we are there for. Okay. Socially, you had a whole heap of that from Dr. Singh Wilmot. So support your friends and family. And as we said, be open to new, but don't forget the old. And then involvement in co-curricular activities. Intellectually, don't just be a science and tech person. There's so many opportunities to learn things on this campus. Go to the open lectures. There are many of those. Tune into webinars on Zoom. But also in terms of academic issues in the faculty with your program, see your academic advisor when you need advice or just to check that you're on the right path. Excuse me. One of the things that unfortunately happens is students who figure that they've done all the requirements that they need to graduate, but they haven't checked in with their advisor or the faculty office. And in the summer of their last year, they find they're a course short. And they find that out too late to register in summer school. So keep in touch with your academic advisor so you're aware that you are on the right track. And then we've mentioned academic support unit and that famous study skills workshop already. Spiritually, we've also mentioned that it's important to remain connected to your spiritual roots because for many people, that's where they get the strength and the resilience to be able to manage the challenges that come with campus life. And there are chaplains on the campus and different religious groups. So you can connect with the chaplains. Their office is near to KFC, a big landmark on this campus. And as we said, there's UCCF, there's Campus Kairos. I think there are also groups for different religious groups like Muslims, Hindus. So whatever your religious background is, I know you can find support on this campus. Financially, realistic plans, please. Can't tell you the number of students that we have seen who are stressed out over finances, and a lot of that is about not making realistic plans. So many people are, afraid to take student loan, but then they end up in big problems because the uncle who promised to fund them lost his job. And so in semester 2, they don't have the money to continue the payment plan. So really make plans, plan A, plan B, sort that out carefully. Make a budget, especially for those of you who may be on hall, where you don't have your parents to cook for you and do things for you, make a budget and stay with it. The Office of Student Financing knows a lot about scholarships and bursaries. Check their website, and the Office of Placement and Career can assist with finding a part-time job. Occupationally is the last part of the total package I'm going to talk about. Explore realistic career options, and this is where Placement and Career Services can help. We already mentioned the work experience like internships, but also summer work and travel programs. And again, Placement and Career can help you vet the different people who will be coming at you with offers. And then also, I just want to point out, be prepared for the possibility that you might find that another faculty actually suits you better. Many students get streamlined because you are bright, you get streamlined into sciences, but it's really not where your strength or your passion lies. And if you discover that your real strengths or your passions are somewhere else, you may need to consider, do you make that transfer? Or for others of you, it may be about having a minor from another faculty, which is now very possible. So just going to go into, for a few minutes, a few quick comments about the health center and the counseling services, just some information, because while keeping healthy is your responsibility, the University Health Center is your campus partner in doing that. Just some information about where we are and our opening hours and our contact, the phone numbers, both for the health center and the counseling service. The health center, since the pandemic, has been having shorter opening hours, 9 to 3. But when we return to face-to-face classes fully, I know that will be extended to either 4:30 or if we do our evening clinic to 7:30. So keep abreast of what the hours are during any semester. Messages will be on the Mona messaging about that. The health center offers both medical, that's doctors, nurses. We have full-time doctors who are available every day and who you see preferably by appointment, but also by walking in if necessary, especially if there's an emergency. Counseling and psychiatric services, I'll say a little bit more about, but there's also public health, dental services, fully equipped dental clinic, and we have a nutritionist coming in part-time. However, we do not have optical services available, but can refer you. Your health insurance, when you come, please bring your health card, which you'll be issued with, and your student ID card. There is a co-payment for medication, just to make that note. And then the student's health insurance covers now services obtained both at the UE Health Center and other Sagicor medical providers. Be sure to read your schedule of benefits because this can change periodically. Last year was actually the first year that your health card could take you to see other doctors. That was a new thing negotiated, but some things may again change this year. If you have a problem which affects your exams, then it's best that you see our doctors because that simplifies the matter of a medical certificate going to UE. If you see a private doctor, then there's an additional step because he or she will need to fill in a UE medical certificate and then send it to the health center for ratification. And I've known times when what your doctor writes, our director says, that would not have been sufficient. We would have helped you sort out your health issue so you could write the exam. And in a few cases, it's actually not been ratified. So that's why you need to be sure if there's any question mark that you liaise if possible with the UE Health Center. Counseling services, one-on-one sessions, and we look at anything you actually want to talk about. So personal concerns, academic, relationship, anxiety, depression, whatever is stressing you. Important note, it's confidential. So Dr. Singh Wilmot sends you over to me. May send a little note with you over to me. She's not going to ask me about what we spoke about, and I am definitely not going to tell her because part of our ethic in counseling is that what is said is confidential. And our lecturers know they don't ask us, right? The most we can do is if somebody referred you, we can say student came, student didn't come. Nothing more unless you give us written permission to communicate with a particular person. And if somebody didn't refer you, they cannot then ask, has a student seen you? Because we will not tell them. All right, so we take confidentiality very seriously. Staffing 5 psychologists and a psychiatrist. Currently, we operate using telehealth services, which means you call the office, they make an appointment for you, and they give you a link to a confidential platform where we can see you in a video call. But we also accommodate emergency walk-ins. Another counseling resource is uehelps, which is our WhatsApp and telephone service. And I would suggest that you write this number in your phone No. You never know when one day you're going, I want somebody to talk to and I don't know who to turn to. That's where uehelps comes in. Our number for uehelps, 876-294-0042. WhatsApp and telephone service, 7 days per week, same day response, and manned by a trained counselor. Manned by a trained counselor, but it's only one person we have, and that's why we say same day response. Not that you'll be able to get a response all the time immediately, but the person will get back to you. A quick word on sexual harassment advising. It's not sexual harassment, is not tolerated by the university. And as we have here, demand protection under the university's sexual harassment policy. Dr. Debbie Ann Chambers, who's our head of counseling, is also the person in charge of the sexual harassment advising program. So if there is an issue, remember you can contact her for a confidential consultation, and there are different options available: off the record mediation and conciliation, or an official complaint or official hearing. We trust that you will not have that experience, but we know that that is possible, unfortunately. Peer support providers, a group of students who are available to help others by listening supportively and referring as needed, and who are also trained to deliver workshops on personal development issues. If you're interested in being a PSP, if you're on campus, pick up an application form or call the number for the counseling service, and our admin staff will send you a form. We'd love to have you involved when we put out our call for new people to apply to this program. And then from me, best wishes for a successful year from me and the rest of the team. And again, our phone numbers and our health center counseling unit number and website address. So thank you all very much. I'm going to stop screen sharing and hand back to Dr. Singh Wilmot.
Thank you so much, Sharon. You know, there's always so much to say after you have spoken, but we do not have time for me. I mean, I've got to say though, I did use the counseling service, even as a staff member. One time I was robbed somewhere and I went, and it works. And it doesn't mean you're crazy if you go. It doesn't mean you're weak. It just means you're human, and it did work. I didn't even know when it happened, but all of that just went. I was scared to go out. And all of a sudden, just going there to talk, it just happened. And I have to say something else, Sharon. I have to say that, believe it or not, you do what you do, and you do it so well because you studied in the FST. You were transformed by the study of science.
I was. Thank you, Bhavani.
I see it in your presentation. You're systematic, you're thorough. Excellent presentation, and I'm sure the students are saying the same over there on their
Thank
end.
you, and thank you for the testimonial in particular. Really appreciate that.
You're welcome. Always a pleasure to work with you, Sharon. Okay, so students, we are moving on to something that I know causes you a lot of anxiety. You and your parents and your guardians are sometimes and many times worried about finances, and financing university education is something that we all have to plan for, we all have to get ready for, we are challenged by. And so we have Candice Graham, who is coming to us from the bursary. And she's going to talk to us about the fee structure and maybe some of the opportunities for working out payment with the university. Candice, are you there? Can you turn your camera on? I'm going to say over to you.
Hi, good morning. I must apologize. I do not have the access of a camera right now.
Oh,
so sorry about that.
That's fine. Over to you, my dear.
Definitely be sharing. See my screen properly?
I am seeing your screen, yes.
Okay.
You could go in the slideshow mode so that it's bigger now. Okay.
I'm in it. Yeah, that's it. I think I'm in it. All right. So thank you, Dr. Singh Wilmot. And thank you, Dr. Sharon Brown. So I realized that you both were talking about the total you. And I must say, for me, as a part of being a total you at the university, you guys have to have your financial affairs intact. So I think you are now stepping out from high school, you're stepping into the university as young adults now, and to have your financial affairs all together is something that you should want to do or should want to have. So I am going to take you through this session from the bursary's end to just give you an idea what it's like from this financial aspect of UWI. So again, once again, I am Candice Graham, Customer Service Officer, representative from the Billings and Receivables section. Our section actually is called Student Administrative Services section, that's SAS. So wherever you hear SAS, that's us. We're part of the bursary and we are part of Billings and Receivables. Okay, so our role at SAS now as customer service hub is to bill students. So basically, guys, whenever you register, you will see billing, you see a charge on your account. Once you get familiar with the systems, so that's through us. So we do billing. We ensure that your billing is correct, your tuition is charged correctly, miscellaneous fees are charged correctly, residence fees are charged correctly. We ensure that whenever you make payments at any of the external locations or at the bursary cashier, it is reflecting on your account in a timely manner. And we do billing and collections for external stakeholders, for example, from KFC or from Juicy Beef. So basically, we are in charge of all the billings from the student affairs. So as students, what they usually focus on are three main charges or three main aspects. It's your tuition charges, your miscellaneous charges, and your residence charge. So once you register again, there will be a charge for tuition on your account, depending on the faculty that you're in. But now we are talking about science and technology. So you will have a charge on your account once you register. You have a miscellaneous charges, so it includes a lot of aspects like the health, dental, guild, student services. All those are under one category called miscellaneous fees. Miscellaneous fees are mandatory, must be paid, and is paid once per year. Also have residence fees for those who are living on hall. For the hall aspect, because of the COVID, we're not certain as to which halls are going to accommodate students as yet. So you can get that from the Office of Student Services because you apply through them to the hall. All right, so how do you find your fees? While you can contact us and we'll give you the fees are out there for you to see also. You just go on Google, type in check fees UWI Mono, and the first link that comes up, you click on it, and then you'll see something looking like this. So you'll be able to check your undergraduate programs to see what the fees are. One thing to bear in mind, if you are looking, for instance, under science and technology, you're going to see the charge for the science and technology fees. If you are not seeing a specific program, it means that the general fee, that's your charge. So you can view undergraduate fees from here. You can view the hall fees and you can view the miscellaneous fees. You're going to see other options in online tuition payments. You can actually click on this option to pay using your credit card or Visa debit card. And we'll just put some additional things on it so you can apply it to the university from here, but you would need to do that because you've already applied. And you need to register for your courses. To go on SAS to register for your courses, you can just click on the registration for courses link. All right, so once you are a new student, you're accepted, you get a letter, you are asked to pay a deposit fee of $20,000. We call that the commitment fee. So it must be paid by all students. The deadline for this is varied per student. I think spoke to admissions. They said the deadline is within the letter that you receive. So whatever deadline that they give you, this fee must be paid by this time. Bear in mind, sorry for the background. Bear in mind that the commitment fee is non-refundable. So once you are actually coming to the university and you are planning on registering, the fee will roll over, added to your miscellaneous fee. If you decide not to come, you will not be able to get it back. But there are special clauses as to whether you get it back. So you'll have to speak to you on a case-by-case basis. All right, so fees for the 2021 academic year. So 2021, 2022, So the academic year is not like for the 1st of January to the end of December. Starts in August, ends in July. Dr. Wilmot?
Just continue.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right, sorry.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Okay.
Right. So the fees, once you are a full-time student in the science and technology faculty, your fees are 292,348 as a full-time student. This is split within 2 semesters. So you have an option to pay for semester 1, or you can pay by semester, or you can pay the full fee. So if you're paying by semester, that's 292,348. You divide that by 2. So semester 1 fees would be 146,174. So you pay that as a full-time student. So you can either pay for the entire 292 in September, in August, September, or you can pay per semester. If you're paying per semester, you divide the 292 into 2 portions, and you pay the 146, which is the semester's tuition. As a part-time student now, we bill you per credit. Once you are in the general category, we bill you per credit as a part-time student. Now for the science and technology, you have up to 4 courses to register, 4 3-credit courses to register for, to be billed as a part-time student. If you exceed these 4 3-credit courses, then you'll be charged as a full-time student. Just bear that in mind. You can calculate it by just saying the 9,745 times how many credits. So if it's 4 courses, should be 12 credits. That would be 116,940. That's the maximum you can be charged as a part-time student. Anything over this, you'll be billed as a full-time. So you're paying the 146. The miscellaneous fees for this year is 16,717 as a commuting student. Commuting means that you travel here, you're not residing on Hall. And for persons residing on Hall, it's $25,017. Remember though, when you pay the commitment fee of $20,000, this will roll over to the miscellaneous fee. So if you already pay the commitment fee, no need to pay the miscellaneous fee. You will just be paying on your tuition next. If you're a commuting student, if you're not a commuting student, then you have to pay the 5,000 difference to add up to the miscellaneous fee. All right, so we at SAS, we use a system called the BUS system. So it's Bursary Online Student System. And to access this, you can simply type in BUS UE into Google, and you use the registration number that you got in your acceptance letter, which is your ID number as we call it here. And as a first applicant, or you will use your date of birth in the format of the year, the month, and the day. If you're trying to log in and you're not able to log in with this format, then you would have to contact MITS and have them reset your password. So once you have a password that needs to reset, or you get an error saying that you're not able to access because of incorrect credentials, then you contact MITS to have your password reset. So on the BUS system, we have a few services that we offer. So we offer the installment plans, which we are tuition and residence, and I'll speak on that later. We have housing allocation plans. We have tuition letters. We have SLB loan status. We have refund requests, statements of account requests, and proxy authorization. So the installment plans are plans that we offer for students who are not able to cover their fees in full. Housing allocation, if you pay or you have any excess on the tuition side of the account, you want to transfer to the housing if you're residing on Hall, or vice versa, then you do the housing allocation. Tuition letter requests, the tuition letters are letters stating that what faculty you're in and what your tuition charges for the upcoming academic year. We give those to you whenever you want a scholarship, request a scholarship, and they ask for an idea of what the tuition is like. SLB status is for the persons who are SLB applicants. They want to know what status they're at. So either A, B, C, D, or E, then this can tell you what status you are at. Refund request, there are policies regarding the refund. For example, you are not able to request a refund unless you have registered and covered all your tuition fee for the entire year. But once you have a credit balance and you have done that, you can request a refund if there's an excess on your account, if you're allowed to get it back, and we will process the refund for you. Statement requests are financial letters that we provide to show you basically a layout of what your charges and your payments are like for the academic year or for whatever period you requested for. And for proxy authorization, as I said before, as I said earlier, you guys are seen as young adults coming into the university. So we basically give you the responsibility of your accounts, meaning that even if it's your parents or your friend or spouses, they're not able to request financial information on your behalf. You would have to basically give them authorization or give us authorization to give them the financial information. So we call it the proxy authorization. You have to register them as a proxy in the system for us to give them information. So those are a few of the things that we offer on the bus system. All right, so deadlines. Once you are coming in, you would have to be familiar with the deadlines. So for semester one, if you're paying on a semester base, or if you're paying for the full year fee, you will have to pay the fee by September 3rd. So tuition fees must be paid by the 3rd of September for semester one fees. And for semester two fees, you pay by the 17th of January, 2022. These deadlines must be noted. I'll speak on the penalties later. All right, so going back to the installment plan. A part of your financial obligations would be that you register as a student, you would be aware as to whether or not you can cover your tuition fee in full or not. If you're not able to cover your tuition fee in full, you requested loans and they have not covered the tuition in full either, or you're not able to get any loans or anything like that, or any kind of bursaries or scholarships to support you financially, then as a last resort, we offer installment plan. So for the installment plan for this academic year, the requirements are that the tuition fee, which is the 146 if you're a full-time student, for example, you pay 25% of this fee by, well, it's by September 3rd, but the plan is open from August 5th. So you have to pay 25% of this 146 plus your miscellaneous fee. You have to be registered for the courses. So if you intend to do 5 courses, it's best to register for all 5 courses. So if we know that you're a full-time student, we're not going to accept the plan until you're fully registered.
Sorry, Candice.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, do you mind, would you be able to wrap up in another couple of minutes? Because
Yeah,
there's
man, no
another
problem.
session for biochemistry people and they might want to go on to that one. I don't want to keep them, but
All right, cool.
your information is critical. So if you could summarize it, would appreciate
All
that.
right, so basically, we can talk about the installment plans. If you wish, you can contact us. I'm gonna give you our contact information for that. All right. So penalties, just quick. If you haven't paid your fees in full by the 3rd of September, you will have late fines will be added to your account at the end of each month. You'll be unable to sit your exams. You'll have no access to your records, and we may send you to the collection agency or credit bureau. Again, I spoke on proxy authorization. That's you giving permission to persons collecting your behalf. Payments can be made at the cashier or any NCB. Can be paid online, Paymaster, Bill Express, Jamaica National, or Western Union. Any of those locations, you can make payments. They already have our account numbers. So you would need to take it from anybody unless it's from us directly. All right, so you could contact us, wrapping up now. You could contact us at 280-8238 as a WhatsApp number. These are telephone numbers. However, we're having a problem with the systems, phone line systems, so you're not able to get us on this number. So the email address is customer.services@uiimona.edu.jm, or our WhatsApp number is 280-8238. You can make contact with us and ask us any further questions. That's it for me for today.
Thank you so much, Candice,
No
for
problem.
critical information that is important to the total U students. And we have to keep on time because one of the things that causes stress too is when people are late. So I want to wrap this session up right now by just thanking all the people who have presented, Mrs. Sharon Williams-Brown, Miss Candice Graham from the bursary, Dr. Winklet Gallimore. We want to thank also Mrs. Terry-Ann Collins-Frey and Mr. Omar Holness, who provided us with support from the faculty office. We hope, students, that this total U and how to live a healthy university life, how to navigate that journey so that you can benefit from the total experience has been useful to you. We are here. I already started getting emails. I just responded to one email to guide a student somewhere. So I think this session has been useful. And I invite you now to go on over to your biochemistry session for those of you who are interested in biochemistry, which begins at 12. You have a link to that. I will see you. I will be talking to you. We will be connecting #MyFST experience. Good afternoon, everybody.